PowerIQ Evaluation Quick Start Video. PowerIQ Evaluation Options. Option 1. Run as a virtual machine on your VMware ESX system. Option 2. Run as a virtual machine on VMware's free VMware Player. This video covers option 2. Assumes you have your PowerIQ evaluation zip file, which might be PowerIQ VMware.zip or PowerIQ eval.zip. You'll need a computer with at least 15 GB free hard drive space and 2 GB RAM. I'll walk you through the 5 basic steps to set up your evaluation. Step 1 will be to download and install your free VMware Player from VMware.com. Step 2 will be to extract the PowerIQ zip file. Step 3 will be to, from the VMware Player user interface, to open your PowerIQ file. Step 4 is to open the console and set network settings on your new virtual machine. You'll set the IP address, the network gateway, the network mask. Step 5 is to access PowerIQ via web browser to finish the basic setup. You'll access the IP address you set in Step 4. In Step 5, I'll show you how to add PDUs, set the polling interval to 1 minute, enable power control if you're using switched PDUs, and create some basic reports. The rest of the video will walk through these 5 steps. But first, I want to show you where you can get more information to help you through the process. For documentation and templates, go to www.raritan.com, click Support, click PowerIQ, or you can contact us directly at sales@raritan.com. To download the free VMware Player, go to vmware.com, go to Downloads, select Desktop Downloads, scroll down to VMware Player, select VMware Player latest version download, fill out the information, click the download button, you will start to save the file. I'll cancel because I've already done this. The next step is to locate your downloads, and in this case I've downloaded my PowerIQ 1.4 zip file previously, and I've just downloaded my VMware Player.esx file. I would first extract my PowerIQ zip file, then I'd execute my VMware Player and install my VMware Player. Once installed, then you can run the VMware Player from your shortcut, and now I can open my extracted PowerIQ.vmx file. Now I'm going to show you how to configure the PowerIQ network settings via the serial console. You'd access your serial console from your VMware host, and you'd log on to the serial console by entering config, C-O-N-F-I-G, and Raritan, R-A-R-I-T-A-N. I use the arrow key to select Network Setup, hit Enter. I hit Enter to set up LAN 1. I use the space bar to select Enable LAN 0 port Ethernet. I use the Tab key to move down. I enter the IP address of my PowerIQ appliance. So I give it a free IP address, and this is how you'll access it via web, so you need to remember this. You enter your network mask, then you enter your network gateway. I've already configured my system, so I'll tab down. You would accept, but I'm going to cancel. Now, via web browser, I enter the IP address that I assigned to PowerIQ, and I would first see a end user license agreement come on my screen, and I scroll through, read that, click accept, and now I enter the default username and password, which is so admin, ADMIN, and the password is Raritan, RARITAN. This is the screen that is a default setup. So the first step I want to do is click Add PDU. For adding any PDU, I need to enter the IP address, 66.214.208.91. And for most PDUs, all I now need to add, so if I was entering an APC PDU or ServerTech, I would just need to enter the IP address, and now I just need to add the community string, which is typically default as private, PRIVAT. This would be the read-write community string to allow me to read data and perform commands on the PDU. Again, PRIVATE. If this was a Raritan PX that I was adding, I would also need to add the username and password. And the username is by default admin, and the password again is Raritan, RARITAN. I'm going to say wait for discovery to complete before proceeding, and I'll say add. And I see my status window, and it's done. What I want to do now is go to my settings and confirm two basic settings. One is I want to set the polling interval to 1 minute so I can start to accumulate data. And so my polling interval here I select, I just set it as 1 minute and save. Again, I've already set it, so I'll cancel it. That'll start to get data into the system. The second setting set up is power control options. And I want to click Enable Power Control if I'm evaluating on a switched PDU. Display confirmation and require a reason. Now I'll need to enter some basic information in the data center hierarchy so that I can have some useful reports. From the Add menu, I want to add a data center. I've already done that. I've added a data center called Jersey City. And then from Jersey City, again, I use the same drop down to add my rack 10. And again, from the same drop down, I will now want to associate the PDU that I've now added, associate it to the rack 10. And this will allow me to perform some useful analytics. So I have my hierarchy of a PDU associated with a rack, associated with a data center. I click my Analytics tab, and I can add as many report folders as I want. This one I'll call my Summary Report. And then within a report folder, I can add as many charts as I want. And by clicking the Settings tab, I can enter a title, description, select my time period. Since I have little data in the system, let's select the time period of past hour. I can select the measurement of active power, and I can select my data from racks, because I added a rack. And then I can chart up to 8 lines. I'm selected line 1, and I select rack 10. I click OK. Now I know my PDU has no load, so it shows 0, but that if it had a load, it would show data here. I can then add a second chart. Settings. I can select a different time period. Longer time periods have more measurement options, such as past 24 hours. And you can see I have a full complement of measurement options ranging from active power to IT energy to carbon footprint to total energy cost, including cooling. So I'll select IT energy, and this time I can select from my data center level, and I'll select the data center that I chose, Jersey City. And then finally, from the PDU, I can select the PDU. In this PDU, the information provided by the PDU varies by manufacturer, but I can see that I'm collecting data from this PDU. I'm confirming there is actually no load collected, so my charts were correct. And then from this state, I can perform power control. I select outlet 1, which is currently off, and I can now turn it on. And it's going to ask me a reason, and I'll say trouble ticket 6745. Hit OK. This concludes a brief overview of how to quickly get started with your evaluation of PowerIQ 1.4. For more details on detailed analytics or detailed power control or more advanced setup, look for additional videos. Thank you.